happy day. It is Down Home with Tina. I'm your host, Tina Thompson. Folks, I have got so much in the show to bring to you that's just fun, and the guests that I have are about things that are going on coming up here in the community. Dave Smith, who is with me about the Lancaster Holiday Festival Parade, and then we've also got Carla Schorr talking about some things that the key to giving and all of the holiday stuff. So don't go anywhere. And also going to end it not with a PQ, but I'm going to tell you this. It'll take you back to a game or something you used to do, most of you when you were a child. Yeah, you're sure to laugh. It's Down Home with Tina.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Hey, welcome back. It's Down Home with Tina, and I have got Dave Smith with me. He is he is what I will let him say in what part he plays in the upcoming Lancaster Holiday Festival Parade. Dave, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm growing my my beard because I get to be an elf.
An elf
for the holiday parade.
So
and Santa Claus might see me, and I want to look as good as I can. And I'm hoping not to get coal again, but this year I've been working very hard.
Well, I'm sure that you will be perfectly fine. I had a wonderful telephone conversation with Fran Miller about you, and she just had so many kind words to say about you. And it's so funny because when I did sit here, I thought, well, what is his title? And when you said elf, I thought that was perfect, and she'll probably just get a total kick out of that. Does she know that you're her elf?
She knows that that's what I'm very helpful. And when Fran is trying to do 20 things at one time, she'll peel off a couple, and I'll grab them, and then I'll just finish, and I'll come back and say, "What else, ma'am?"
She's such a treat to chat with, and what a gal. I mean, she just gets things done. How many years has she been over the parade?
We talked about that the other day, and I think she said it's either 30, 31, or 32, something like that, that she personally has been involved. Now, I think she started at the day one, so she's done them all.
Yeah.
And what a great lady, and obviously she knows what she expects to have happen, and very laid out booklets, pamphlets, on all the volunteers, everybody.
And the people who are helping know what she is expecting from them.
Yes.
There's no secret.
Yes, and when Fran calls them to remind them that they're helping again this year, they say, "Of course I am." And there are a lot of things behind the scenes, behind the ropes, whatever you want to say. And what Fran has done is she has really true volunteers that they don't expend any money, because this is a community event, and it's a wonderful, wonderful parade. It's probably the biggest. It's the most colorful. Now you can say other things about the other parades because they're during Veterans Day or Memorial Day, but this is, and we got real floats and lots of bands. And it's just special. It's just special.
What makes it special?
And I think the bands do. They'll have 5 or 6 of the high school bands from around the county. They'll have, they will have this year, they're going to have some camels, and they're going to have some other live animals appropriate for the season.
Are we allowed to say what some of the live animals will be? Or are we uncertain for sure?
Let it be a surprise, but it isn't just one. It's many. And they kind of live up north. You know what I mean? And they live up north. And it's amazing how little things add up to make a big thing. And that's what makes the holiday Christmas parade pretty special. They're reindeers. And so,
funny.
and it is a wonderful time. And all the volunteers make it work because they've done it before. We have some rookies every once in a while, but for the most part, there are just tens of dozens of people that volunteer every year.
How many years have you been involved with this, and why are you now the elf in the position that you are in? You do?
I'm self-proclaimed to be an elf.
Right.
I thought that was better than assistant to the executive director, which is Fran and Maria. And Maria Chandler. What a great person. They're co-chairs. And whatever Fran doesn't take care of and peels off to me, Maria is already doing. Yeah. So Maria is number one.
And Fran talks so highly about her as well.
For sure. And she's very steady. Fran is all over the chart, whatever that means. And Maria is the steady. We got it, Fran. We got it.
She said she is my right hand to the left hand. She's the other. Yes. Part of what. I loved that.
Yeah. And I lost my train of thought. We were talking about something, but that's okay. But it's a great parade. And we're looking forward to it. The weather has usually been cooperative. I think once 5-8 years ago we had a nice storm and had to. Oh, how many years have I been involved? Well, I used to have a day job, and when I had a day job, then I was not as helpful. And then Fran said, "Well, you're not working anymore. Come here."
Okay, yes, Fran.
Okay, and so probably since 18, 19, 20, 21, a handful of years that I've been helpful.
Yeah, and what's it been like? You've enjoyed every minute of it. You keep coming back, so apparently, something.
I mean, the nature of my previous job was such that it's about the community, and I got to see lots of things in the community and how they worked and who did them. You take some things for granted because everything works. Well, okay, and there's a lot of nonprofits out there. There's a lot of faith-based groups out there. There's scouting. There's all the community services that are being done, and especially during COVID, and we're going to get through to that in a minute. There are so many people who are helpful to make our community go, be it the city, the county, the townships, and all that. There's a lot of people that make that go. And if you kind of sit back and say, well, I wonder who's doing that. That's what I used to be able to see. And it was so pleasing to find out that there are real people that are doing all those things. And they do it every day, every day, every day. For the volunteers that are helping out on the holiday parade, okay, it's concentrated time period. And the big day is the big day. And there's some prep work going in for the daily volunteers. But Maria and Fran and there's 2 or 3 other people, they work for months in advance.
What is the big day this year?
November 20th. And it's a Saturday. And I forget where High State is, but it's never a conflict of the High State game. Just period. Never. Well, it was once, but never.
Is it always the Saturday before Thanksgiving?
I think that's a good general rule, as a thing. And High State used to play Michigan kind of that time, but then they expanded the schedule, so I think they're a little bit later.
Well, how many people are signed up to be in the parade this year, and are the numbers down?
Early on, they were concerned that maybe COVID would keep some people back, because last year we didn't have it. In 2020, didn't have the holiday parade. There's too many unknowns about should you be outside even with, anyway. So we got to 21. Early on, that was a concern, but it seems like all the regulars are going to be there, and the commercial and the floats are all there. And Fran said she got an extra float this year, so there'll be more things to be seen on a nice float. And 4th of July doesn't have floats per se. But these are commercial floats that are sponsored by local businesses that are all gussied up. Not to say that the 4th of July doesn't have nice ones, but they're patriotic type things. And these were colorful and thematic and stuff like that. That'll be nice. Very nice.
And it takes off at the, the West Fair. It's
close.
The exit.
Yeah, it's the Columbus Street.
Yeah, Columbus Street. I said not West Fair. I meant to say the west of the fairgrounds.
Oh, good for you.
I meant to say. Then I realized, wait a minute, that is a road. No, that's what I meant. Columbus Street.
We call it Columbus Street.
Yes.
And they'll go out the Columbus Street gate right at 10 o'clock. And the nice thing is that Unit 1 is traditionally almost all the same entries. So if they're on time and they're all set up, we can worry about row 2 and row 3 and row 4 and work with them to get themselves in the right situation. But 10 o'clock sharp.
Who's the very first that goes out?
I can't tell you. Oh, well, it's law enforcement. Because they have these whirling things in red, white, and blue. And
yes.
But we have the safety forces. We have the amateur radio people helping with traffic. There's another group of volunteers that help out immensely all through the community. Usually when it comes to a disaster or an emergency, that's what the amateur radio people do. But it's nice when they can say, all we have to do is keep the people in the streets back behind the cars, and then they work the intersections to make sure that cross traffic doesn't cross traffic. But there's so many people on the path, on the line of the parade, that they're a barricade all by themselves. So.
And don't expect to have candy thrown from a moving vehicle to you if
right.
you are one of the
we've worked and very hard, Maria and Fran and all the other volunteers, to make sure they see it in print and that they understand there is a danger. And that's why they have walkers. They can have their float, they can have vehicles, they can have minivans, they can have all that. But the fun part is that they have walkers with the candy, and then they're going beside the kids and the adults who want candy on the side.
So they're close enough, and it's sure to get to the children. Oh my goodness, if I could talk to you, I just realized we've only got a couple of minutes left. We haven't even got to the big part of what we want to share about. The most exciting thing of the Grand Marshal of this year's Holiday Parade is who or what.
Fran and Maria always want to do something spectacular, and every once in a while you say, well, how can we keep doing that? Well, this year, because we didn't have the event last year, it came very easily that we want to celebrate all the people who have helped us, the community, get through COVID. And of course there's first responders, that comes without saying. Fire and police services, medical services, stuff like that. But then we said we should really branch out a little bit more besides just those technical first responders, because you have the medical staff and the mental health staff, and you have the food banks, and you have the faith-based groups that are pulling this all together. So we're going to have a float that will have 20 people representing educators, administrators, people who are helping 211, all these other centers that really help people get through during COVID. And it was just, we started listing all the entities, and we got up to about 40 entities, and realized that, every once in a while we just don't know what we need to know. But it's amazing how it works out so well. So it's not hard to fill up the float at all.
No, I'm very excited. It's a very exciting year, because I look to see it being very filled out on the streets. Do you have anything you want to share with the public about that?
Well,
the crowds.
Just be careful. Watch the kids or the adults who go after the candy. There might be an errant piece that gets kicked accidentally. Just be very safe and enjoy the holiday parade. It's going to be wonderful.
Yep. Again, it's on Saturday, November 20th.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock sharp.
10 o'clock.
Gone out of there. And if you've been in the parade, be there, your time to be there.
Depending on where you are on the parade route, you want to get there early, because the places will be taken, the spots will be taken. But our parade route, we got houses and porches. It's just amazing that it's a nice
It's
setup.
a great, and dress warm maybe.
Probably.
Or Steve, thank you so much.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Folks, I hope you make it to the parade. I'll be back. You're watching Down Home with Tina.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
We were retiring from Tucson, Arizona, and we made a retirement trip out around Ohio, having decided that's where we wanted to be. And we came across this town called Lancaster, and we fell in love with the downtown area where the fountain is, and the memorials and the flags and all the stuff. And we looked around and I said, there's our bank right there.
There's something to be said about a community bank in your hometown.
Right. If you live in the community, you should do business in the community as much as possible. So it makes sense to bank with the community bank where you live.
Fairfield Federal is the bank to be at. If you live in this town, or any town actually, you want to bank at a local home bank. The employees are happy here, they're conversant, customer service is through the roof. There's nothing more you could ask for.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
How prepared is your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane? You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
It's Down Home with Tina, and Carla Schorr is with me, and she was with me. It's probably been about a year ago, and talking about the key to giving. It's through Rise Realty, which is really awesome to have you come on and talk about all of the cool and amazing things. Can you explain to folks, Carla, what is the key to giving?
The Key to Giving is a nonprofit organization, and it was brought about by our broker, Bethany Alexander, and we have a couple chair people on there. So it's basically giving back to the community. If you have a project, say you want to help raise money for the Humane Society or a certain person in the community, or a certain project, like I have many projects, you can come to us. We give you the tools and the resources to help you get started, help you how to do it, put it out there for you and assist you and guide you on how to do it. And
yep. And it's a great way also for people who make donations to flow through money-wise. So I love that. And you said projects. It makes me laugh because you are just a go get her done. How many projects are you working on currently?
I myself this year, because we're coming off of COVID, only just one. Okay. But in the past, I've had 3 or 4 going on. But the whole Rise Realty, we have multiple coming up.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to talk about. But before we get to talking about the future and what's coming up, you guys just did something really cool for was it on Beggars Night? It was on Beggars Night, right?
Yes, it was on Beggars Night downtown. It was our first year doing it, and it was an amazing turnout. But seeing as how the Addams Family movie came out this year, we all dressed up as the Addams Family, and we set up our main front office to kind of look like their living room that you see in all the cartoons and the pictures. So we set that up like that, and then we had trick-or-treaters come in. We had caricatures, balloon art, and then we gave away the full-size candy bars. So, but we had a really good turnout, and you could have your picture taken with the Addams Family. So great turnout. We plan on doing that every year.
A different theme every year. Which you all, right?
We haven't decided. Probably to keep up with what's going on, a different theme, but the Addams Family was amazing.
Oh, so you might. And of course, those of you who know the billboards, you guys have different themes for the billboards. So I just think it goes great and along with the brand of what you guys do. It's pretty awesome. What are some of the things that are coming up? Because the holidays, you have a few different projects. Every year you have a few different projects, right?
Well, like every year, we have the giant mailbox downtown. The big giant, that one's on, if you're downtown at the main intersection, it's on the Fountain side.
And it's for Santa letters to Santa,
For Santa letters. The big one is, the big giant one's only for the Santa letters, and you can write in, anybody can write in. We've had children from 3 years old, mom and dad writing, up to 85, 86-year-olds writing letters. But the only thing that we ask, because all of Santa's helpers back at the office, we have to make sure that there's a return address and it's eligible, or else we cannot write back.
Okay.
So Santa's helpers needs that. That's the number one thing to have done. And the helpers, they do write back to every single letter that's given to us that does have a return address.
Okay.
So the Santa mailboxes, and then we have the Grinch ones too. So the Grinch mailboxes are basically, you can write a letter to the Grinch, basically telling him how to be better, help give him, words of courage to make his heart grow bigger. And we go and we read through those, and we send letters back out to the children that wrote to the Grinch.
Oh, I just love that. And just for both of those, it would probably be wise not to just put it on the return address, but put the address inside the letter in case the envelope itself should become damaged at some point through the mailing process.
Absolutely. That's very true.
Or wet, because sometimes it can get, snowy, wet, rainy.
So we have
never know. So,
multiple locations for the smaller Santa mailboxes and the Grinch mailboxes. Any of the Rise Realty locations in Circleville, Canal, Chillicothe, Logan, Lancaster, and then down at Stone Burners in Sugar Grove, and then the big one downtown.
Alrighty. And then will the kids get to see Grinch?
Yes. We are having the Grinch this year. And the Grinch this year, it's Save Christmas and Catch the Grinch downtown Lancaster from December 12th from 2 to 4 p.m. So we did this 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and it was a huge success. We probably had 75 children come. And they help the Lancaster Police Department come in, and we catch the Grinch, and the police take him off, and then the Grinch, he promises to do better, and he won't take the giant mailbox, and he's going to be nice for Christmas, and they bring him back. But we have hot chocolate, we have cookies, photos with the Grinch that day, and then you can also that day write letters to the Grinch or to Santa.
Aw, and then of course the kids will get a chance to see Santa.
Santa will be at the office this year at Rise Realty at 355 East Main Street. We don't have a date set for that yet, but that's coming up. They can come see Santa and get their pictures taken with Santa then too.
He's a busy guy.
He's a busy guy.
Nailed down to figure out a date right now is, I'm sure, tough.
Yeah. One of the mailboxes will be at Alley Park for their Santa in the Park, and that is December 9th through the 12th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But all the mailboxes go out, when do they go out? They start out, it's on my date here somewhere.
Well, while you look,
I just seen it, November 19th through
November
December 18th. So all the letters have to be in through December 18th.
Okay. Yeah, and these are all free.
Mm-hmm.
For
yes,
the
absolutely.
kids
Absolutely.
in the
All events are free.
I love it. What is the Wobble Gobble?
So the Wobble Gobble, I started that about 5 years ago. We go down, we go around and we get sponsors. And for families in need or just having a hard year, going through something tough, anything like that, they can reach out to us and we will supply them. Well, in the past, we were able to supply them with a full Thanksgiving meal. Everything from the turkey to all the sides to dessert. And we would deliver those meals. They would have to cook them, but we deliver all the food to their homes. This year, coming off of COVID, we're having a hard time trying to get like frozen goods, some of it. So we might have to switch it around a little bit differently this year. Usually I get a list from 211 of a list of families that need help. But anybody is more than welcome to reach out to us. And we can help them with Thanksgiving.
And how do they reach out to you?
You can call me myself at 740-407-4684, or they can call the main office at Rise Realty at 740-654-5552.
Okay, what is your favorite thing to do with the Key to Giving and your projects that you've done so far?
It's probably right now have to be the Grinch. The Grinch is by far my favorite. It's just so much fun. And he's so ornery. He's an ornery dude. So the kids are downtown and he'll be sneaking around in between the buildings and you'll see a kid be like, oh, is that him? And like, there he is. And all the kids run at him. And so it's a fun time.
Oh, any other events to mention?
Not right now. We've got a couple in the works for the springtime. Okay. So you'll see those all over social media.
Okay. And how can folks follow you or stay up to date? For instance, like we don't have the exact date for Santa. Where should they look or on social media? Or
on social media, on the Rise Realty page. And plus, like I'll be sharing it personally. Any of the other agents at Rise Realty, it'll be posted on In the Know or Talk of the Town, any of our events.
Is there any limit to how many children can attend?
Oh, absolutely not. We don't turn anybody down.
Okay. Awesome. Carla, anything else that you wanted to
share?
That's
it. Thank you for having me.
That's it. Thank you so much for everything. Folks, don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a minute. It's Down Home with Tina.
Life is unpredictable. That's why estate planning is important. Estate planning provides you comfort and peace of mind knowing that you're taking care of your loved ones and ensuring your legacy lives on just as you envisioned. You lived a life that is beautifully and uniquely yours. You deserve an estate planning attorney who understands that and creates a plan as unique as you and in the best interest of your loved ones. You deserve the local, trusted, experienced attorneys at Dagger Law.
Football game of the week. I'm Jaron Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight we've got a great one for you. The Bloom Carroll Bulldogs.
It was a great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice.
Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up fourth down.
We're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game. And thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you. The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions. First time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
Congratulations. You'll be very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
Downtown with Tina is brought to you by these amazing sponsors. And folks, you can watch it on Facebook, on YouTube, CL in Your Hometown Connection. Facebook's Downtown with Tina. You can go to my website if you want to just kind of look up and see what I've got going on there. Also, of course, CLN Spectrum 1021. But Carla Schorr is back with me now because we are going to play a game. And this is just one of those things that I know. She played a game last year and I thought she was so fun. So I'm in the store and I see these and I'm in line and I'm like, oh, those look fun. Mr. Potato Head chips. I've never played them before. Have you played them before? No.
First
so
time.
we just open them up, we throw them out here, and we're just going to see what we can come up with. But the idea is that they're Mr. Potato Head chips, which was what I was like, oh, chips, so different. But I wanted to grab them because I always think that there's something fun for kids to do.
Yeah.
And for younger kids, this is something you can kind of put together. But we're going to see within like 60 seconds what we can come up with and how it turns out. It takes me back to childhood, you know, when you can be creative or anything. We can be creative. Maybe one can be the most creative.
Those are the long drives on vacation when you didn't have the games. You had to be creative.
You had to do things like Mr. Potato Head. Yes, exactly. You ready? All righty. Were you ready?
Set?
Go. This is... Oh. Oh, no, I figured it out now.
That's not... What?
No, I didn't. What's going on? Oh, no.
Oh, I got one.
This is not as easy as it looks.
Oh, I got two.
No. Oh.
Oh. Mine. Oh.
This is not fun. This is really weird, you guys.
Oh. There.
You're figuring it out. I don't even know how to get the arms in here.
Oh. There we go. Oh. Hey, I think I got mine.
Mine's broken. Am I missing parts? Carla. Oh, I figured it out.
My arms aren't staying. Oh, mine came apart.
This might be longer than a minute. Oh. I should have looked at my picture better.
Why won't that go in? I can't get my arms to stay on. His face stays on. Oh, it came off.
I got something wrong. No.
Is that?
Oh my goodness, this is crazy.
Oh, I think I got it.
No. No, I know. I think it's time. We have a minute left. Oh,
right?
Man. This isn't right.
Minute left. Oh, okay.
My face. I don't have something right.
Oh, yay.
Okay, we're about done. We gotta go.
There he is.
Folks, I thank you. Folks,
oh,
it's Downtown with Tina. I hope you're watching next week. God bless. Good day.